everybody.
Welcome back to the Debrief.
It's us.
We're back with another episode. It's late.
It is.
It is quite late.
Another one.
Yeah, but another one in the books.
Number 6.
Number 6. How are you feeling?
Good. That means we've been doing it for at least 6 weeks.
I know. I've never done anything for 6 weeks.
You haven't ever brushed your teeth for 6 weeks?
Okay, yeah. But I was just thinking like all the time I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to do this like weight loss thing, and it lasts like 1 week.
True.
But I guess like I did soccer for a long time, so I realized that
That's
was
true.
like not true.
Yeah.
But I was just like mostly thinking about like when I was like, yeah, I'm going to start like drinking more water, and that lasts like a day.
It doesn't have to.
I know. But anyways, 6 weeks, we made it.
We did make it.
Good times.
You know what we do need to start though, actually?
What?
The Audacity.
Oh.
So I mean, we'll miss a little bit of the first on the published podcast,
That's
but
okay.
all they're missing is hearing us talk about water and how we can't do anything for a long amount of time.
I just have a hard time drinking water. Ezra knows this.
It's true, I do know this.
Should we start over?
No,
okay.
I don't have to. I mean, we could just be like, hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
We have another audio setup for y'all because nothing ever stays consistent in our setup.
I know, but it makes me laugh because we talk about audio at the beginning of every podcast.
Dude, because it's different every time.
I know.
And I'm just like, why can't it be the same?
Yeah, but we're excited. It's a little late. It's currently 11:15 at night. So, I'm a little tired.
Just a little bit. So yeah, if it's not a super long one,
you'll know why.
That's why.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, it's been an eventful week, at least for me. But overall, it hasn't actually been that full of things, I don't think.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I mean, we're just going over it. Like, nothing super.
Not for me. I did like hardly anything this week.
Yeah.
Well, out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary, yeah.
I should say I hardly did anything out of the ordinary because every day I just go to work, go to school.
It's just the grind.
Yeah, that's about it.
Literally just
Which is really not that entertaining. And so that's why we were trying to come up with topics, but I was like, nothing I did this week is entertaining.
I know. Kind of boring overall.
I know. I like these little mics, though. We got them to clip onto our shirt.
Hey.
So, but you want to just get started on these topics? What? Don't touch it.
You have it hanging off, pointing the other way from your face.
I know, but I didn't know how to fix it.
Put it on the other side.
It's okay.
Okay.
We want to get into the topics for the day.
Drum roll, please. We got
rocket launch.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just jump right in, I guess. Don't let me just say how many topics we have.
Oh, talk about it.
We have 5 topics for you guys today. Should I do it in my?
Oh, like your video?
I just had to do a video where I talk like this the entire time about my Ford Bronco. It was pretty funny.
Your Ford Bronco?
It's not even my Ford Bronco.
No.
It's this dude in my class. But it's like this video, and the points are like make it entertaining, and nobody had any ideas on how to make it entertaining.
You get points for that?
Yeah, like point.
That's crazy.
It's like a small amount.
So if you're making me do this, I'm just gonna do it. It doesn't need to be fun. It doesn't need to be funny. I don't have to be witty.
You do realize your entire degree is in marketing.
I know. But yours isn't.
I know, which is weird that I'm having to make it funny.
I know.
But yeah, basically, we got 5 things to talk about. A lot more happened this week, but you know, it's just the same old. We went to work, went to school, skipped work sometimes, skipped school sometimes.
Yeah.
But we got it done.
True. And this really does remind me of my mission, like when I would call every week and I'd be like, I really did nothing different, so I really have nothing to report.
I know. You should start putting things more into your calendar.
I know, I have a hard time, but also, like, what do I put? Work, school?
Yeah, but like things will come up, you know? Put the thing I look back at my calendar, I'm like, oh yeah, I did do this on that day.
Yeah.
Even though it was like maybe only for an hour, but it was something
Yeah.
different.
I guess that's true. For the content, for the listeners, I shall put things in my calendar.
She's doing this for you.
Yep.
So, you know, make sure to show your appreciation and your thanks. And remember that Venmo. We still haven't got anything for audio equipment.
Oh my gosh.
Starting to doubt our listeners.
You know, my mom thinks since I'm graduating, I should send out like graduation announcements.
Oh, what?
But I really don't want to.
I've seen people do that, where like they graduate.
Yeah. Like high school.
That's true, yeah.
You do that for high school. But
no, I've seen it for college as well.
I know, and it just reminded me because my mom was like, well, you might as well. Like, you'll probably get some money from it. And I'm like,
money.
I don't need to send out another thing in some envelopes because I'm still behind on my thank you cards for our wedding. But my mom was like, oh, no, just, like, make, like, a Canva, like, Evite, like, you know what I mean? Like
what?
Not like an Evite, but just, like, a little thing on Canva and, like, send it to my family and just be like, I'm graduating.
Are you inviting them to the graduation?
Like maybe my grandma's, but, like, not, like, my aunts and uncles, but, like, maybe, like, my grandma's.
So then you could just, like, make a little card. You could honestly just handwrite a card and be like, well, what's the purpose of this thing is asking for money, right?
Well, yeah. Just being like, hey, I'm graduating. It's more like a, just so you know, I'm graduating. Here's my Venmo.
Couldn't you just tell them? If it's just your grandma's.
Oh, about, like, when graduation is?
Yeah, like,
yeah,
if it's
no,
just your grandma's that you're worried about, just tell them. Just be like, hey.
Yeah, I can. Anyways, that was just reminded me because you were saying Venmo. So
True.
I was like, oh, maybe I'll make a graduation announcement, but I don't think I will. Like, maybe I'll just do, like, a little one on Canva and, like, send it to them digitally, not
digital.
Not, like, physically.
It just feels weird asking for money.
You said that about our wedding.
Yeah, and it was a little weird. But that's weird. Because we're inviting them to a wedding.
Yeah. I guess
this one's just like straight up.
But that's what graduation announcements are. You sent out graduation announcements after you graduated from high school.
I did, but I wasn't asking for money.
What'd you say?
I just said I graduated.
That you're graduating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And I feel like you don't have to ask, but people just like send you money usually.
I don't even think maybe if I did, it was like, actually, I'm trying to think.
Because I definitely got money just for graduating.
I feel like it was during COVID, so I just didn't even like know what was going on.
Like even like random people in my ward like gave me money.
Sent you money? Really?
Yeah.
I 100% did not make graduation cards with the intent of getting money.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, that's like not even the point of this episode or any of our topics.
True, but that's the whole point of a podcast.
I know, I guess that's true. But anyways, that's just an idea that I might have since I am graduating. Yep.
Because we're in just such
dire
need.
Need
so much money. Like
we're in dire need.
I don't think you guys understand how much we need money. These lights are on because I actually conned the electric company into keeping the breakers on.
True.
Yeah. We're really scraping by here.
Oh my, I know, but maybe one day we will be scraping by.
True. You never know.
You never know.
So live it up now while you can.
True.
That's my message to everyone listening.
YOLO. Fro-yo. YOLO.
Fro-yo. Yep.
Okay, now talk about your rocket launch.
Oh, yeah. So I had this really cool rocket launch. Dang, if I would have thought ahead, I would have made a little slide in OBS. We could have showed our many viewers online some
the Outer
videos.
Banks OBS.
Is that what it is?
No, OBX. It is. I just was being silly.
Come on now. No, I don't even know what OBS stands for.
Obstetrician.
Oh, what?
What is that?
What? An obstetrician?
Yeah.
Isn't that? I think it's a doctor who studies ostriches.
No, not ostrichician.
Obstetrician? Isn't that like a...
Is it a pediatric?
OBGYN is part of it.
Oh, you're right.
Right? I don't
Yes,
know.
obstetrician
Every time we have
gynecologist.
this-
OB/GYN. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
is that
yes.
what it is?
Obstetrician gynecologist. You're
It's
right.
a girl doctor.
You're right. I didn't even realize.
Out of the two of us, I think you should have been the one who knows that.
I know. I just like knew it was a familiar word, and that's why I said it out loud.
Mm.
And then I was like, "What does that mean?"
You're like, why am I saying this?
Okay. Anyways, sorry.
I think a bird
I'm really
doctor would be
tired.
like an. I don't know, actually. There's probably bird doctors out there.
Older. Oh, I know. A vet.
Now that we figured that out, I had a rocket launch, and it went good. It was a whole week. This last week's been basically like roller coaster of whether or not it's actually going to happen or not. Last Saturday,
True.
did it get into it where we had
Yes, it leaked.
mm,
Sorry. Spoiler alert.
what?
I accidentally shared what was wrong.
Oh, on Saturday.
Yeah.
Did we not say what was wrong?
Not yet.
Oh, because we hadn't known what was wrong
Yeah, we did the
on Saturday. Yeah, true.
podcast before.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So last Saturday we did the podcast after we had got everything set up and figured out, and we went and got it tested. I was able to finish the podcast and get back out to the test site where we were testing the fill, and we got there, and all of a sudden it started leaking, and it wasn't leaking out of the like custom made ground station that the other team had been working on. Theirs all held up perfectly good. They did a good job, but it was leaking out of like the motor itself, which is like this commercial motor that you can just buy that's like been tested by Triple E, which is like the it's one of the rocketry associations that like make sure that things are up to standard and stuff. And so like it was this certified motor that was all of a sudden leaking, and we didn't know why. And so after like a while on Saturday, it looked like the launch was going to get scrubbed. But we were like, you know what?
He said, I don't want no scrub.
Exactly.
Is that what you said?
Yes. We TLC'd it.
Yes.
And the old team lead, he was saying, you know what? He was working with the other team, the capstone team, and was like, is there another time this next week we could meet with you and try and fill this again? We're going to, tear down our engine, see where we can fix this leak. They're like, yeah, let's do it Thursday. I have a class with him Monday mornings at like 11. And so Monday morning at 11, I walk into class and he's like, hey, I think we already figured this thing out. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that was
quick,
fast.
Yeah,
like,
quick turnaround.
Yeah, I don't know if you're working on it like all weekend or something or what.
Must have.
Yeah. And so, we got all excited again. Everyone was getting ready. We were getting our recovery hardware ready. And then Thursday comes around and they go and it's still leaking after they'd worked on it. And so it looked like it was going to get canceled again. He sent out a big text and I was like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, now, basically, it's happened twice now. We still haven't figured it out. The launch is in 2 days.
Probably can't do it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's usually a good idea when something like that happens. Like, safety-wise, better to just scrub the launch.
Yeah.
But then we get a text from, I guess, who's going to be the vice president of the club next year. And he texted our team lead, and long story short was like, try again. And so
What?
Yeah, he was just like, try harder.
Oh.
And we asked our team lead about it, and because it sounded kind of aggressive, but he was saying it wasn't like that aggressive.
Oh.
It was like supposed to be an uplifting.
Like, you got
way.
this.
Yeah, kind of thing. Like,
just try one
you've
more
made
time.
it so far. Just try one more time.
Yeah.
So he basically then sent out another text Thursday, like later at night, pretty late at night, I think. And was
Yeah,
like,
because the launch was what, Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. And he was like, psych, we're going to try again tomorrow. And so be ready by tomorrow, because if this thing goes through, we're waking up 7 a.m. on Saturday to go. And so everyone was like, oh, whiplash, get it back into gear. And so everyone worked hard. Friday they figured it out. They got to hold pressure, which is actually a pretty high pressure, I found out. It's like
really?
600 psi or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a decent pressure. I don't know if the rocket holds that much pressure, but that's what like the system that charges it is.
Interesting. That is pretty high.
It's pretty high. And so the rocket, I guess, was holding a lot of pressure. But long story short, long story long,
Yeah, true.
it ended up working Friday night. And so I was in the lab Friday night, charging up some batteries for the next day, just getting ready. And Saturday, we were able to wake up nice and early. I beat the sun up. And then we drove out into the middle of like the desert and had a good launch. It was also day of the launch, up and down. We had a couple last minute problems with our bay. One of the wires got like jostled around too much and started like breaking off in a terminal.
Oh.
And so we had to do like a little quick like wire surgery and like reattach a wire and like get it in there better.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a little stressful, but got that figured out. I'm guessing in the next 2 months before the big launch, we're gonna tear that wire completely out and just put in a new one.
Yeah, good idea.
It's just being silly, and it's been being silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, day of the launch, it was a little stressful too, because we had that off the bat, which took like probably an hour and a half to like diagnose and get it down to this is the wire that's going wrong.
That is so them.
And
like I feel like you guys can't do anything from like shorter than an hour. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's true.
Like everyone is standing there.
Just waiting.
Yes, and it's like, how many engineers does it take to do?
That's kind of how it
anything?
was. It was a little bit like that, because it's like we have 4 people on our team trying to figure this out. Only 2 people can be looking at the bay at a time. So then 2 of us are just kind of standing there. Luckily, we would kind of like do a little rotation type vibes.
That's
like
good.
Someone would look at it. There was one guy, it was the big boy team lead, who was looking at it the whole time.
Yeah.
And then we would come in and be like, oh, I worked on this part.
Yeah.
And it actually ended up being like multiple things wrong with the bay. That just, I don't know how it snuck through, because I was sitting there all Friday night with the thing plugged in, powered on, and it never had the problem. And so it was kind of frustrating to then like show up day of, and all of a sudden these like, it was 2 different problems. It was like it was grounding out on itself through a pin, and then this other wire was going silly. And so it's like, it was tough to narrow it down, but we finally got it after like 2 hours, which was luckily everyone else had things to do. It's not like they were completely sitting around waiting for us.
Yeah.
But it definitely was stressful.
I know.
Then they were able to drive out, get it all set up on this launch rail, on that pad they made. We went to launch it. The radio cut out, so it looked like it wasn't going to fly. They reset the system, and it worked. Finally, like after, I guess it was the third try.
Tries,
It was the third try that finally they were able to get it. All the stars aligned, I guess.
Yay! And they were airborne.
Yeah, pretty good.
But not like the drink, because that stuff's disgusting.
Airborne.
Have you ever had it? It's nasty.
Yeah, but it keeps you healthy.
True.
I've never had it. I've had like they have like little
chewy thingies,
lozenges.
Oh. Yeah.
Those ones aren't bad because it's just a little bit.
Yeah, we always had the ones that like would you'd put in water and it would like fizzle out and then you drink it.
Oh, like what is that? Vitamin.
I hate those.
C or whatever they call
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emergency.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they were airborne.
So yeah, we made it, and then it launched well. We tracked it all the way up, and the parachutes deployed well, which I was spooked about.
Yay!
There were a couple of things that I was trying new on it. Some new hardware. It was the first time I've ever done like one of these dual deploys, and it's definitely the largest rocket I've ever launched. It's like 60 pounds.
Oh my gosh!
And so I was like. My last rocket was like 2 pounds.
Really?
And so yeah, I'm like, boy, this is
big boy.
It's a big rocket. It was like what, 12 feet? I think we ended up figuring it out.
I think that's what you told.
60 pounds, fully loaded, and so there's a lot of weight that we got to make sure it doesn't come down too fast. And so I was nervous, definitely. It was nice finally seeing it launch, and then I realized as I was watching it go up, I was like, oh boy, now it's our turn.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Let's hope that these parachutes deploy.
Yeah. And luckily they did, and actually both deployed at the same time, which wasn't ideal. But
that's okay.
Yeah,
we'll take 2 parachutes over none.
Better than none, that's for sure. Don't want no lawn darts. But
don't want no scrub.
Nope. So we're looking back. We'll probably take the next week or two to like look at data, figure out what happened, what we can fix better,
Yeah.
and get ready for the competition.
And so at the competition, how does that work? Like, is it like whoever goes the highest? Like is there actually like a winner?
Yeah. So there's like an IREC competition is what it's called.
Okay.
And it's like an international one that the high power team goes to. And they have different, generally how rocket competitions go is you have different categories. BYU's always competed in the 10,000 foot category where you design a rocket to get as close to 10,000 feet as you can.
But not breaking it?
No, you can.
But
okay. If you go over,
I was like, is it like 21?
Yeah, you go over and it's game over.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't know because I've never been.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I understand it is you just get as close as you can.
Gotcha.
And BYU's done really good in that in the past. This year they're going to 30,000 feet. There's a 30,000 category.
Wow.
Which is like way higher, way more intense.
Yeah.
Harder to like do because if you're just traveling further, you have more error. And so harder to model.
Yeah.
But with our competition, there's like a category. There are categories as well, but it's like low category, mid category, high category. And basically you apply to whichever category and then you submit like your expected height, and however close you get to your own expected height, you get like a certain amount of points.
Oh.
And so basically everyone can like model their rocket to the best of their ability.
Gotcha.
Submit that height, and then if they get real close, they get max points. And then there's some other things that you can get points in.
Okay.
But
there is like a winner.
There is, yeah. Honestly, in the past, this like team that I'm on used to be called the junior high power team. Now we're the experimental high power team. And so really what we've done so far has already completed like everything that the club was hoping that we'd do.
Oh.
Is like test this new motor.
Yeah.
Test out this new launch station. Test like a couple things like that. Make the transition to hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
So really the club is like, dude, good job. Like you've given us stuff we can work with.
Yeah.
And now this competition is just like extra. It's icing on
Gotcha.
the cake, the cherry on top.
It's for you.
Kind of. I mean, it's nice to
be
be able to get a little bit of experience in like going to a competition.
Yeah.
See what it's like. But really, we're not, at least me, I'm not going to be like worrying about it. And same with like what it seems like my team lead. He's like, I submitted us into this competition because I thought it'd be fun. Like we're not really trying to win, trying to bring back like
it's
fame and glory to BYU. Yeah. So that's why I'm not super worried. Really, all of us are just like, let's build a good rocket that can launch again. And yeah, I think we're excited.
Yay.
Yeah. That was a long story, but it was a good launch. That's what I've been doing like all week. Yeah. Luckily, a lot of my classes, we've had like projects coming up that are due. So I've been able to work on those, not have to worry about homework. So I've been able to spend more time in the rocket lab, like measuring chords and like tying knots.
Yeah.
Figuring things out. But yeah, stressful week for sure.
Yay, but good job.
I survived. It was good.
You survived. No more neglectful weeks for me.
Much neglect.
So much neglect.
Hey, but we gotta cuddle every night.
Did we?
Yeah.
That's it. At least we got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yay.
You had a fun week too.
Yeah, so while Ezra was doing that, our next topic is I went and got sushi with my friends. My one friend I haven't seen in a couple years. We trying to figure it out. I think it was like 2 years ago.
You trying to name drop right now or not?
Well, she'll never see this. Kylie, if you're here, she'll never see this.
Hey, Kylie.
Oh, she does follow me on TikTok though when I like sometimes post that we post these. So, anyway, she probably won't. But Kylie, I haven't seen her in like probably 2-3 years. So.
But you were really excited for this dinner.
I was, and Molly was there too. Molly's my friend. I mean, I see her way more frequently, but anyway, so it was just fun because we got together and just debriefed the past 2-3 years.
Mhm.
So it was really fun. Had a lot to talk about.
Over sushi,
Which was so funny because Kylie's username for Snapchat in high school was like sushi lover 21. And so we joked, I'm like, let's go get sushi. Come to find out that they had, like, her girlfriend had posted on TikTok, like, oh, last time Kylie got sushi, she threw up and now she doesn't like sushi. And I was like, oh. I know. So then we like felt bad. We're like, wait, we don't have to go get sushi. And she's like, no, that's okay. And she ended up getting like a little like salmon bento box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to maybe get the bento box, but then me and Molly just shared
sushi.
a couple rolls. Yeah. Anyways, I love sushi. So that's why I can't get pregnant, because you can't have sushi when you're pregnant.
Because
raw fish.
Not ideal for babies.
No, you can't have raw fish.
Because you don't want to get sick, or like mercury or what?
I think it's mercury. I don't know exactly. I just know that like, yeah, you can't have raw fish.
Heavy metals.
I think so.
Oh.
So yeah, but I think my sister was just talking about the other day that when she had first got pregnant, because my sister's pregnant right now. When she first was pregnant, my dad always goes to sushi for his birthday. He loves sushi. And so my sister was like really nervous because like she just got pregnant but like hadn't told anyone yet. And they like went to sushi for my dad's birthday. And my sister also loves sushi. And so she was like really nervous because that would totally give it away. If she like wasn't eating sushi, we'd be like, what's wrong with you?
True.
And so I think she said she just stuck to like the deep fried ones with like cream cheese and stuff.
That's funny.
And like just kind of ate those and like flew under the radar.
That's great.
But yeah, we were just talking about that the other day, about how she's like, I was pregnant and I was really worried. And she's like, we didn't know if we just like shouldn't go, but
yeah, it seems like it's probably like later stages of development where that
probably, but I think she just was also like worried, since that is like a big thing, is that you can't have sushi when you're pregnant. Which, I mean, no matter what stage you are, if you're pregnant, I mean,
you're pregnant.
Try your best to
not
avoid the things that they say you're not supposed to do when you're pregnant.
They're like, don't drink and don't eat sushi, and you're like, whoa.
And then you're like, well, I'm only a month, and then you eat the sushi, and then I don't know.
And then your baby comes out.
I think you would probably be fine. I don't know what it is actually. We should look it up, but I just know you're not supposed to have raw fish.
We need a guy in the chair to look stuff up for us.
I know. But yeah, so that's what I did on Friday while Ezra was in the lab, and
dying.
Yeah, I like didn't see you all day Friday, didn't see you all day Saturday because you were at the launch.
Mm-hmm. And you were up at birthday party.
Yes, and it was my niece Ellery's birthday party. So I was at her birthday party. She turned 3. She does like this. Ones. She turned 3.
Oh, really? She does the okay.
Yeah, she does for anyone listening, she does the okay.
I think this is a good way to say 3.
Yep. So she says, I'm 3. And she can spell her name.
She did. She spelled it for me.
I know. She's
times.
really smart.
Yeah.
She's very, very smart. She loves Bluey, so I got her a little like book about like not about Bluey, but it was like a little Bluey story. Book. It was a little Bluey story, yeah. So, anyways, that was fun. That's what I did this weekend. Well, Ezra was real busy.
That is pretty fun. I mean, yeah, our other topic says school, but really long O's. School.
Yeah.
Because it's just a grind. We're finishing it up. I've got 2 weeks left. You've got 3 probably.
Yeah, I think is that it too? Because I know my finals week is like the 22nd through the 30th of April.
So yeah, we're getting close to just finishing this semester.
The end of the semester, so just all the final projects, all the exams coming up.
So it's just gonna be a grind, but
I know. And I think we also said that just because that's all I could think about that I did this week. I was like, it's just an average week. I went to school. I went to work.
When you're a full-time student, school takes up a lot of your time.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Who knew? Who'd have thought?
But in my case, I'm basically also a full-time employee.
That's true.
Well, not really. maybe I'm closer to part-time. I don't know. I work like
3/4 time.
28 to 30 hours a week.
Yeah, I'd say 3/4 time.
Yeah, pretty close to it.
Yeah, she's grinding. But yeah, I don't know. School's been going good. Finishing up. But yeah, I don't think there's, nothing like super crazy to talk about school-wise.
I know. Really nothing big, just that's what's going on. And then for birthday treats, for the next topic, my calling is...
Oh, yeah. I was wondering. I was like, I remember writing that down, but I don't know what that means.
It was my calling. My calling right now in our ward, in our church. I guess I don't
Your
really...
special assignment.
I guess I don't know like who listens to this, but I'm assuming everyone would know what the church is and what callings are. Anyways, so what my calling is the service committee member. I'm just a member of the committee. But me specifically, I'm in charge of giving out birthday treats to all the like women in the ward. And so, but I just barely got this assignment. And so they were like, okay, so since it's already been January, February, March up until this point. Now it's April, but when we first started this, it was March. So then we had to like make birthday treats for everyone in January, February, March who had birthdays. And we just like passed it out in class. But then anyone who wasn't there, we had to go deliver it to their house. So anyways, that's what I had to do this week, was just go deliver the birthday treats to anyone who wasn't there. And now it's April, so we're going to have to do that probably again soon.
Fun.
But, you know who won't? I don't have to deliver it to myself.
True. You just give it to yourself.
I'll just give it to myself.
Easy peasy.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, we've got what? We're down to 20... How many days are in April?
30.
Oh, yeah. It's just easier. Yeah, come on now. 24 days left. That's easy peasy. Easy peasy.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I did this week. Went and delivered some birthday treats. And so, if anyone has any ideas of... We only have $200 and we have 150 women. So
a little over $1.
So everyone gets, like $1.33 or like whatever the math is.
So basically, if you have any ideas on how to get good, something that you would kind of care about, not just something silly and dumb.
Yeah, like a Slinky from the dollar store. I'm like, no one wants that. No one cares.
It's like, how do you create something that's like actually like fun or useful or like...
While also in the budget.
Well, in budget.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
So we got a little chapstick, which I found like a big bulk amount on Amazon. And then everyone was like, let's just do treats, because that's all that anyone really cares about, which I agree.
Treats are good.
Treats are good. So we just like got like treats from Costco and made little bags and called it a day. But anyways, yeah, if anyone also has any ideas of like other cheap birthday ideas or like things that come in bulk that aren't like super silly, that like a grown woman would appreciate.
Mm-hmm. We're always looking for
Send
ideas.
us the ideas.
Yeah. And I guess the final topic here is fajitas for the win this week.
Yep. A couple weeks ago, basically, if anyone knows me, they probably know, because I probably complained about this to them, that our oven will burn everything inside it.
It's insane.
I've complained about our oven to a lot of people because I cannot handle it. And it just makes me so sad when I like buy all these ingredients and I get so excited, and then I like am following a recipe and then I completely scorch whatever is in the oven because our oven gets so hot.
And it's almost like, we'll do things like we'll turn it down 25 degrees.
Yeah. Well, so our neighbor told us that.
Yeah.
Our friend / neighbor Megan was like, hey, actually what I do is I turn it down a whole 25 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, good to know.
idea. And so we did that, and you still have to like even chop time off the cook.
Yep, because
Like-
that's what happened with the fajitas a couple weeks ago. We turned it down
Yeah.
25 degrees, did the same amount of time though that the recipe called for.
And they were absolutely charred.
So
Like
jarred,
stuck to the pan,
disgusting.
black.
But we ate it because we had no other dinner.
Yeah,
And then I was like,
it was like it had just like that burnt flavor just everywhere.
and then we threw it away.
The sour cream couldn't even drown it out.
No,
Not much you could do.
no.
And it was tough though, because like this fajitas recipe I have is like good,
I know.
Like-
it was supposed to be good.
and it's really good, but that was not good at all.
No, so.
But it's called fajitas for the win, so what
yes,
happened, baby?
fajitas for the win. I was going to say, so we were still determined, and we still had some like leftover ingredients from the first time. So we went around again, and this time we turned it down. I think, did we turn it down even more? Or was it just the
Yes.
time?
I think, wait, no,
We
for
m-
the fajitas, it was just the time.
Okay, so we still turned it down 25 degrees, and then this time we watched the time, and we were like, okay, and we probably chopped off like how many minutes?
Probably 10,
Like maybe 10 minutes.
15.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Our oven just like will scorch everything inside of it because it's electric.
And there's no
Is it
real reason.
electric?
It is, but I feel like an oven should be an oven, you know, like it should do what it's supposed to do,
I know.
regardless of what type of heating element it
I
has.
know. It's so old. So, anyways, so this time it didn't get burned, and it's actually really good.
So good. We've had it
Super good.
almost twice now for
We did have it twice
leftovers.
for
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Well, twice for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So we had it the first night, and then we just barely had it tonight
and it
as
was
leftovers.
totally like fine as leftovers, like
Mhm.
identical to out
Yep.
of the oven.
So that was a win for us because our oven goes crazy, and I've been trying to perfect my cookies in these ovens because I also have burned those many a time. So
got it
we
today?
finally got it today too, so that's another win.
Mm-hmm.
Is we got my cookie recipe. Well, actually it was your mom's cookie recipe this time. But that cookie recipe is almost identical to mine,
I was gonna
except
say,
just the butter is different. Literally I looked. And
Yeah.
and the egg.
so you switch
Mine's-
the butter for an egg.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
has one egg. Your mom's recipe has two.
I see.
But then mine has, 2 sticks of butter, and that one has one.
Mm.
Yeah. So, anyways, crazy. We finally got it. I was so excited because I don't like crunchy cookies. And they were always so burned.
Yeah.
And so the only one who would kind of like it is Ezra because he likes crunchy cookies.
No, I like cookies that I don't like soft, like almost uncooked cookies.
Do you like those ones? Because those
Yeah,
ones
the
are
ones we
pretty
had today
chewy.
are
They're
good.
pretty chewy.
The ones we had today were
which
good.
is how I like it. I don't like it crunchy.
I like it when it's like almost crunchy. You know, where like it's like chewy, but it's like a harder, firmer chewy.
Which
You know?
kind of was the ones last time. Like the bottom was still kind of like a little
Yeah,
burned
that one was
in
still too much.
in
but
my opinion.
it's almost like
So you like the ones that we did today?
today was perfect.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. And that's
I
how
agree.
you like them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I'm not like a Chips Ahoy crunchy type guy.
Yeah, no.
Like I mean, if someone gives them to me, I'll eat them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't love crunchy chocolate chip cookies or just any cookies really in general. I don't like crunchy.
true. I'm trying to think if I ever do. Maybe like no, because like Snickerdoodles, those things are good.
So
when
good
they're, like,
soft.
soft, yeah.
Super good. Yep, I agree.
Like a crunchy Snickerdoodle.
That's not good. That is not good.
No, I'll still eat it, man. But
I probably would too, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and I can like imagine eating it right now in my mouth, and
Yeah.
I don't love them.
I feel like you gotta have water or like milk with that.
Yeah, because it's very like Sahara in your mouth.
Yeah, it's true.
But we
Yeah.
had some wins this week.
Yeah,
all
that
in
was
all.
good. I will say that is a good win right there. Figuring out the oven.
Yep.
Minus 25 degrees. Chop,
Minus a
like,
couple minutes.
couple minutes. Probably what? If the cookies are in
Yeah.
there for like 9 to 12, 10% of the time you just take off.
Yeah. Oh, and we also made a cake, and the cake turned out well.
yeah, that one
too.
turned out really well.
Yeah, we also made a cake this week.
But that one we were checking like.
I was
pretty-
checking so frequently because I was like, I will not burn this cake. I will not burn this cake.
Yeah, and our pans worked well.
Yeah, and it like popped out
Mhm.
perfectly. Made a little 2-layer cake.
Yeah, it was delish.
So delish. We're just little bakers.
Not very nutrish though.
No. Don't ask me about nutrition. I actually have an issue. I've eaten way too many cookies today. I've made some cake. I really need some more water and less cookies.
I know, waking up tomorrow is going to be so hard. Anytime I have too much sugar before I go to bed,
Hard to get up.
it's so hard to get up.
Yeah.
I think because my body's just like, you have no energy. We used it all yesterday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
what
Well,
do you do?
true.
You got to
Well,
eat sweets.
I know. Well, that's my issue is I do.
And you
but-
got to. I mean, you can't not eat sweets.
Well, you probably should.
Oh, it's a sad life, though.
True. Like a little here and there is okay.
Yeah, I agree. Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
I think Jesus said that.
About sweets.
I mean,
No,
I
I'm
wouldn't be
just kidding.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like that could be you'd find that over some kitchen door in a Christian
Everything
household.
in moderation.
Everything in moderation, including sweets. Jesus.
Jesus.
And then it would be like star. Probably said that. Ah ha ha. Right next to the live, laugh, love sign.
Yeah. My family, like our kitchen definitely has a couple sayings like that.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the one in my parents' house?
Is it something about ice cream?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have.
I can't actually remember what it says, but
I can't remember either.
It's a
And
good
they're
one.
gonna tell us though. They'll probably text us if they're watching this.
I always get a text from my dad about like something we said this week. Oh yeah. I have a video to show you
What?
of it's like ways to like, oh, I can't remember, but the video is basically about how to
Study.
no no it was how to address like aggressive people on the phone.
Really?
in college and
That's so funny. I need to see it.
It was something like that.
I need
can't
to see it
remember, but
immediately.
Yeah. I'll have to send
Thanks
it
to the
you.
Lamoureux
I'll forward it
family
to
for
you.
being the only ones that watch this.
Dude, I mean, they're just sending us helpful tips.
They're so nice.
Or we'll say
They're so
things.
supportive.
That will say things like, "Oh yeah, I what is an OBGYN?" And then I'll get like a text and I'll be like, "So an OBGYN is."
Yeah, and you're like, okay, well, I figured it out now. Yeah.
But no, hey, they're always giving us
Shout out to
lessons.
them. We haven't given them a shout out yet. Shout
My
out.
family.
Yeah, have we?
I have a family.
Shout out to Kathleen and Brig and Eden because they're the only ones that watch this.
True. I tried sending it to Kian one time, but
Aw.
it's too big of a file.
Dang it.
Doesn't get out there.
Well, he'll listen to it in a couple months. He'll maybe be on.
Probably. Hopefully.
We could have him on.
That'd be good.
Mhm.
Yeah, we still need to get some people on. If you're listening, let us know. Send us a message. We could get you on. You would have to come down here, though.
Yeah, it's like if it's in Utah.
Yeah, true. If it's in Utah, let us know. We'll try and get you on. It would be fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening and watching if you do.
Yep.
And you just got
Debriefed. Okay, bye.